Hi everybody. So today I wanted to show you a very simple and quick recipe. We are gonna make malai kofta. If you translate it literally, it means buttery balls. So just like one of the previous recipes around dal makhani, which was buttery lentils, this is kind of buttery balls, or it's more like creamy balls. I wanted to show you how to do this quickly. So what you're seeing is these vegetable balls that are available at Ikea, and these are the vegetarian version. They have also another one that's has meat. So I use this as a shortcut. Otherwise, making koftas or balls like these takes time. So that makes it really simple. The rest of the recipe is really simple, very small list of ingredients. So you need onion, garlic, and ginger. So what I did is I used one small onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and half an inch or 1 inch piece of ginger, and I made them into a paste. What you could also do is use chopped versions and then make the paste after, like after you add your tomatoes and everything. So you also need a tomato that can be either finely chopped or turned into a paste. So by doing this together, I'm again taking a shortcut so that I don't have to use my blender, and so this can just be a one-pot recipe. And again, this is going to be in my Instant Pot. For the spices, you need black jeera or black cumin seeds. They're in my espresso bottle. Crushed cashew powder. And then here's my handy dandy spice box. So you got your garam masala, coriander powder, turmeric, and red chili powder. And I'm also going to use some cumin powder as well. So that is in my this bottle. So let's get started. My Instant Pot is heating up, and all I want to do is start with some oil. That should heat up quickly. Okay, so just testing that out, and the oil is hot, so I'm going to add some black cumin seeds in here. Right after that, I'm going to dump in my onion, garlic, and ginger paste and let this cook for a while until the mixture is kind of well cooked and turns a light golden brown. In the meantime, I blended 1 tomato into this paste. So you have your tomato blended, and as this cooks up, I'm gonna add the tomato paste. So after my onions were cooked, I added the tomato paste, and now you're gonna let this cook for a couple of minutes. Great, so it's now time to add the spices. Let's start with some turmeric, red chili powder. Again, add this according to taste. If you prefer spicy, you can add that. If you prefer green spice, you can add the green chilies as well. Coriander powder, about 1 teaspoon, and then a little bit of garam masala. This recipe itself is inspired from VahChef. I have made recipes from inspired by him previously. So like the dal makhani, which you can see in the playlist for this video as well, was also inspired from him. He's a great chef, and he has really nice recipes that are very tasty. So the only thing I do here is, of course, use a shortcut for the koftas, because if you're a working mom like me, or even a working parent, you wanted to make quick meals during weekdays, this is a great recipe. Also, I keep these koftas frozen, the ones I mentioned over here, and that way I can just pop them out and put them in the gravy anytime. So at this point, you can add some salt. And I'm going to add a little bit of water just to make sure that the gravy doesn't stick to the bottom. And about 1/4 to 1/3 cup of water, just eyeball it. And then I also wanted some cumin powder in here. What you could do is you could also add some grated paneer to this to make it a little bit more rich. At this point, you can add some cream. But as you know me, I look for healthy alternatives, so I am using yogurt in here instead of cream. You can also kind of mix a little bit of yogurt and milk to up the consistency to be more like cream. So I'm gonna put this in and continue stirring. So this is what it looks like. You have a brownish color. So if you had added more tomato or more red chili powder, the color can change a little bit. If you like more of a red looking kofta, you can definitely add some food coloring to this. You can also add paprika or Kashmiri mirch, which gives more color rather than heat. Finally, we're going to add the cashew powder. That was a couple of teaspoons or like a couple of tablespoons of cashew powder. So again, that is just adds some richness as well as makes the gravy thick. So all I'm going to do now is, there are a couple of different ways you can do this. I'm going to add a little bit of water. And if you want, you can continue to do this in saute mode, or you can put your lid on and pressure cook it on manual for essentially 0 or 1 minute. You can also add the kofta at this time and then close the lid. But what I want to do, I don't want to take the chance of the kofta breaking down in the IP with the pressure, because I don't have the high and the low pressure setting. If you have the low pressure, I would advise using that. So I will let this cook for until like just a minute manual mode, and then I will finish it off at the end. One more thing, if you're trying to think, oh, what else, how can I make it do double duty now that the gravy is cooking anyways, you could put in something that has a timing of like 1 minute. So you could have oatmeal in there to prepare for your next morning's breakfast, or you could just have something that's kind of very doesn't take too long to cook, right? And you don't want to make sure that you don't want to spill it as well. You can also steam some veggies. So you can put your trivet in here and then put a steamer on top, and then steam some carrots and broccoli like that, because that is not going to take long at all. So closing, quenching, and then going into manual for essentially 1 minute. There we go, and I'll see you back. Hey, so I put my koftas in the microwave for half a minute to a minute. You can also skip that step and just dump it in directly. Here's what my gravy looks like. So as you can see, it is well cooked. So what I'm gonna do is put this koftas in gently, and then the heat is off. So just let it soak up the gravy and warm up with the heat itself. As we finish this up in the at the end, all you're gonna do is garnish it with some coriander or mint. So the final dish looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time again with a wonderful recipe. Happy cooking!